Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Jim Grimes. Liz has the night off. Well, the state may see its first case involving the governor's controversial anti-riot law. The recent arrest of a man who police say defaced a pride-themed mural over in Delray Beach could be punishable under provision protecting memorials. CBS 12's Jay O'Brien has been digging into whether that's even possible. He joins us now tonight with what he's learned about that. Jay?
Yeah, Jim, good evening. These are what those marks look like tonight. I'm going to have my cameraman pan over and take a look at those. They're still visible. Police say this was an act of deliberate vandalism. Now, the man accused of making these marks has turned himself into police, but now one group wants him to face additional charges under that seldom used, controversial, and brand new anti-riot law to try to raise the legal stakes in this case. From above, the damage is obvious. Sticking out against the pride rainbow are those dark, curved tire marks. Police say they're from this. Burnouts. 20-year-old Alexander Jerich now facing criminal mischief charges, accused of being behind the wheel. Rand Hawk, president of the Palm Beach County Human Rights Council, envisioned the Pride intersection and wants a stiffer punishment for what he calls deliberate vandalism.
He was doing it to make a statement that he felt he could drive all over the LGBTQ community.
He's suggesting the state charge Jerich under the new controversial anti-riot law, which would stiffen the criminal penalties. Created after a summer of Black Lives Matter protests, Governor Ron DeSantis billed the new law as a way to thwart violent demonstrations, while Democrats warn it clamps down on free speech. But key in this case, the law also stops anyone from damaging historic property or a memorial.
It seems obvious to me that the elements of the crime were met one by one.
We're dealing with uncharted territory.
Ian Goldstein, a defense attorney, explains to qualify, the memorial can be a painting, but it must also be dedicated to a specific person, which this is. It also has to be permanent.
Assuming that this was meant to be a permanent display, I think that there's a very strong argument to be made that it does meet the threshold.
Hawk confirms the display is here to stay, but that likely won't satisfy opponents who think he's bending a new law. It doesn't feel like a stretch to you at all?
Absolutely not. I did not write the law. I read the law, and it applies. I don't think it's a stretch whatsoever.
Because there are people who feel that this is a stretch.
Absolutely. There are people who feel I shouldn't be alive because I'm gay. Those are probably the same people.
This law has been not really heavily used, if used at all, in any cases across the state. The state attorney's office told us in this specific instance they are weighing their options as to what charges to bring. It's worth noting the 20-year-old man accused of defacing this mural, he has pled not guilty. His lawyer tonight declined an opportunity to comment for our story. I'm Jay O'Brien, CBS 12 News.